is a nominal book. It's a book which is ethically guided by basic moral principles. And the principles are not just basic, they are actually executed. And whatever I'm talking about is nothing but the substratum of law as we have it today. So, this was a little introduction to the foundation of law, how, with the growth and development of civilizations, law became and came to be of utmost necessity. Since people had to be governed in some way, I would like to give you an example why law is important. And after that, we shall talk about the constitution, and finally, we'll be talking about the improvements which can be made in current legal order. So, firstly, let's talk about why laws are important. H.E. Gardner mentioned in the rules of the road, on the rules of the road, that a woman who's walking randomly on the road and someone does ask her to walk on the footpath. Then she says that no, I won't walk on the footpath. And when she was interrogated about the reason, she said it's because we all have liberty now, so I don't think I need to walk on the footpath. I can just walk randomly anywhere because liberty means liberty. I can exercise my rights randomly in a zigzag way, and no one has the right to teach me how I got to exercise them. So, yes, she just started walking randomly on the roads. But if she has the liberty to walk randomly on the roads, doesn't the driver of the vehicle coming from the opposite direction have the liberty to push her and go ahead on his path without trying to change or alter it at all? So, is this the definition of liberty? If we talk about the archaic principles of law, in which liberty, equality, and fraternity were guaranteed to people of all sections, how would we interpret this particular incident? Because if liberty is universally guaranteed and gifted to people, then it would create chaos. Then what's the rule of such a law? It's not the rule of law, it's actually misuse of law in an extremely haphazard direction. Hence, we can state that just three rules, liberty, equality, fraternity, are not laws. They are just basic ethical moral codes of conduct. Law is much, much deeper than them, and it has a lot more to exercise. Now, how do we interpret that incident when the lady was using liberty in a wrong way? Of course, we know that she was using it in a wrong way, but she was using a legally guaranteed thing in a wrong way. So, how do we bind all this moral code? How do we stop this from happening? To stop this from happening, we need a larger set of rules. Just three rules of liberty, equality, and fraternity won't do all this for us. Hence, for the sake of establishing an order which can actually be practiced, like you see that the three rules of liberty, equality, and fraternity can't be practiced properly because everyone would make their own definitions of these three rules. Hence, you see that rules are further interpreted by the people. That's why, and this is actually what calls for a proper legal order with its own definition of everything, so that the basic things are not misinterpreted by people in general. And this is the rule of the judiciary. The three basic rules of eternal liberty, equality, and fraternity are part of the legislature because they are basic rules which the legislature made for the purpose of being legislated. But you saw that when they were being misused, we needed a governing body to govern these three rules. And what is that body called? It's called the judiciary. Hence, you see that just establishing rules is not enough for society. So, can we say that legislature is the backbone of the society? Of course not. It's not the complete backbone of the society because if there were no judiciary, There would be random mass killings because everyone would have the liberty to walk on the road on their own way, and the driver would also have the liberty to drive his own way. And this way, no one would remain alive on earth. That's why legislature is never the backbone of the society. The backbone of the society is the interpreter, which is the judiciary.